Hello everybody, welcome back to another FWL video. Today we are going through round 2, technically for me at least, at Australia.
Well, someone readied up without
Immediately
anyone
someone
saying
readied
green
up
light,
without
so
anybody saying green light in the chat, so it's kind of off-putting.
I feel bad for whoever that is.
That might be another penalty coming to whoever did it, I don't know. The one person that did it in the first race is now gone for this one at least. But we get to 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights here for the second round in Australia, and lights out and away we go. It's a right start. A lot of wheel spin, a 40-pound lobster, our teammate again for this race. Getting a lot better launch on the softs, and he's sidebar.
Okay.
Jesus. We just sit there, hold our brakes, get front wing damage immediately. Nothing.
My own fucking teammate just turned
Our
me.
teammate sidepod glitching us, not giving us enough room on the first corner.
I'm just a complete passenger
Just
there.
going to be complete passenger, as I say. Now fighting Legacy have a massive snap on the rear end. Brake bias getting a tweak upwards. Not enough frontward grip.
Yeah, front wing damage is really bad.
Already complaining about the front wing damage. It's been one lap.
Man.
We're already complaining about it. Palapalooza.
Of course I'm the one that gets spun.
We are the one to
Just
get
my
spun,
fucking luck, man.
only one to ever get spun, but it doesn't really matter.
I took a pretty heavy knock on the front end, but it doesn't feel bad.
For a surprisingly hard hit on the front end, we got almost no front wing damage whatsoever. Kind of just giving Legacy Games a bit of room. Not really pushing too much, not really confident in what the front wing will do. Legacy Games getting a massive rear lock-up, sending the car almost completely 90 degrees in a 90-degree corner. Gaining us almost 8 tenths through one corner alone. It says we're 4 tenths. I'd say we're even closer than that. 2 tenths away now. Not even, a tenth and a half. He's fighting into the first corner. It's lap 2. We're fighting over 15th place. I've never seen people fight over 15th place that hard.
These people need a brain.
I guess people can do what they want. Breaking the black mark, or the
why are you
blackboard
defending
above.
P15?
Catching even
Like
more.
it's P1.
Our low downforce setup compared to everyone else.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy.
We
Come
are
on.
going to be flying down the straight in a second. Jim Cab and Nate JB up the road. Jim Cab's with us, Rogue Mender and Legacy. We sit back, get DRS, all 3 of them fighting in a straight line. We go to the outside, and Jim Cab kind of moves over. What kind of
fucking hell?
Into the wall, no damage
Should
though.
just stayed on his line.
JB in AI, we go easily past
Okay,
him.
take
2
it
Aston
easy on
fighting.
the car. We can't sustain this level of
Look how
damage.
far-
Okay,
it's
there's
a
been an incident on
safety
track
car.
resulting in loose debris.
Yeah, get me in the
Fortunately,
fucking
the marshals
pits,
have managed
man.
to clear it up in time,
Get
and
me
there
in
are
the
so far
fucking
no
pits.
plans for a safety car.
It's perfect
Okay, we've got a
timing
full
for us.
course caution.
We
The safety
needed a
car's out.
safety car to
Keep
change
an
our
eye on the
front wing.
delta. We need
Since
to
we're
keep
so
it
far back
positive to
in
avoid
the
a
pack, we might
penalty.
as well just
Slow
pit,
down,
change
maintain
the front wing,
positive delta.
kind of get away with it. We will be back down to last place again. But that doesn't really matter, because we need the front wing fixed to have any kind of pace. Going
Why is he going so slow in the picket?
Almost half the speed
Like,
limit.
come on!
Not
Why are
even
you going so
quarter
slow?
of the speed limit. Going into the box. No clue why. Maybe
Yeah, and
trying
this
to
just
avoid
cost
it.
me my whole fucking race.
Avoid
I
a
think.
speeding penalty, but
Okay, go,
not
go,
much
go.
we can do about it.
Perfect
Alright, we
job
got it
on
all
the
to do,
turn in there,
boys.
mate. Looks
All
like a
to
nice
do.
stop
All
time.
to
We're
do
happy with
and
that
nothing
one.
All to do, nothing to lose.
as I say. I don't know why, I just like that
That was our
catchphrase.
last stop. No more scheduled
We are
pit stops.
dead
Let's
last on
go.
track coming into the safety car restart. And our tires are
Okay, let's get ready to go
cold.
My
racing
tires
again.
are
The safety
freezing
car is
cold.
in
2
this
people
lap.
pitting
When the
behind
field
us, kind of
accelerates,
missing the
remember,
box
there's no
on the way
overtaking
in.
until the
Jim
timing
Cab
line.
surprisingly
Safety
missing
car
the box
in this
Rather
lap.
than be cold
behind
and
us.
warm.
Roach, I saw, was past the pit lane when the safety car came out, so it's no surprise that he came in and pit afterwards. The one
He
that's on the
has
hearts for
no
about
really
a
good plates.
12-lap stint, almost. 12, 13 laps. Safety car.
That's speed up and a slow
The
down.
leader is speeding up and slowing down, which is technically illegal by the F1 rulebook.
Don't know
I
what the
don't
person
know what it is.
trained is doing, but
The ruling, at least,
It's not legal.
for this league. Shouldn't be allowed, at least in my personal opinion, but there's nothing we can do about it now. As we get to going back to the green light, Nate GP trying to get back into his car is not
be
working.
careful on tires. because we're not exactly up to speed.
Not exactly up to speed.
Confidence is a
A
No
little
need to
shaky,
worry
lot
about
I
the
will
tyre
admit.
condition for now.
different
Everything's
things
looking
going
good.
into play here. Freezing cold tires that do not want to warm up.
Green
Our
flag.
first warning,
I couldn't see the
and we
corner.
have
Shit.
left
And yeah.
nowhere to go as
Of course.
Brown is buns.
Like, there's
is
nowhere I
spun,
can go
not
there.
holding his brakes at all. Goes back onto the racing line. and
Oh,
we get
you're kidding me.
Worse damage on the other side of our front wing.
Just on the bad end of everything, I guess.
2 broken front wings in 1 sprint race here in
Should've held the
FWL.
brakes instead of
Okay,
got
be
back.
careful with the
Rub
front
of
wing.
green,
You've taken
but-
some minor damage.
As Mark said, we've lost a little bit of a front wing. It's not too bad. It's only on the
I'm ready
yellow
when
side.
I'm
It
shooting
could be
past him.
worse.
I better pace.
But that will help us with our straight line speed. He doesn't have a front wing end plate, does Roadmender. We're on the same
Okay,
tires,
so we're gonna fight
hit
this
it on
then.
the same lap. Can we get past him? No, we sit
being
behind,
fucking
make a
stupid,
smart
got
move.
it.
Not much between
Sit
you and the car behind. Just 2
kinda
seconds.
let them all fight each other, see if he can pick up spots here and there. So
Fine, if he wants to stay ahead, then
AI
I'll let
car
him,
of
'cause he's
maybe
gonna
ahead
fight
of
this.
us now. AI cars are notorious for not being able to get out of the way. So, let's see how well and how easily we dispatch this lap car, basically.
That's a
We got to
basic
the
AI
outside,
car.
and he tries to push us into
Oh
the
my-
pit lane. The AI won't stop pushing us into the wall.
God, you're kidding me.
Almost 4 seconds just from the AI pushing us into the wall.
Oh my
It was a
God,
ridiculous
man.
Okay, the
thing.
stewards have now
I did
enabled
not report the
DRS.
incident,
DRS
but
is
that
now
is kind
online.
of just
Right,
That's
gap to the
actually
teammate ahead of us.
retarded.
11.7 seconds.
There goes anything I had.
One desynced AI car
Like, I
will
was still
cost
with
you
the group,
3.5,
but then
almost 4
that happened.
seconds of time, which is a little ridiculous.
Fucking
if
AI,
that
man.
happens. That should not be happening. As we cut 6 laps in the future, we were kind of just in no man's land. Caught up to Legacy Games, who was ahead of both Brownish Buns and Rogue Mender, hitting onto the mediums instead of the hards, going an extra couple laps. No, he started on the mediums. He's now coming into the box on lap 9. He hit the wall on the
Hit the
pit
wall.
entry.
I
Don't
heard
think
that.
that did anything, but now he's going onto the soft tires for the last 5 laps. These soft tires around here are not good at all. The left rear wears way too quickly. Womack's coming out behind us from the pit lane. Roach having a 3-second time penalty, 4.5 seconds behind us. Can we catch Rogue Mender and Brownish Buns before the end of this race and maybe get up into a higher point paying position? Because right now, P9, not a bad spot to be. Would be good points in our championship battle. We are currently 12th in the standings with everyone included. Flying through now what is
This is where
basically a
DRS comes
flat out
into
middle
play,
sector.
'cause
There's almost no
They're
corners
just getting
except for the
dragged
2,
along right now.
which are turn 5 and turn 6. It's just all flat out from there. Going down into this tight right-hander, end of sector 2. Hit the curb, just barely bounce off that sausage curve. That's the line I like to take though. Doesn't cost me too much time when I do it. And it just kind of keeps the car settled a little bit.
The track is
Womack's
clear. Green
catching
flag.
up now with 1.5 second time is now 6/10. So it's caught us a lot through that
Okay,
one
keep
lap.
an eye on that
Learn
gap
another
ahead.
driver.
Fresh tires are really helping him
5
out.
seconds. Okay, so we're
We
leading
take
our
our
teammate by
second
0.2
warning.
seconds.
A little bit of a stupid warning, but
Okay, no
it
more of
doesn't
those.
really matter. Because we are on a hunt right now for the 2 cars ahead who are fighting, giving us a little breather of fresh air as Womack tries to set it up the inside in such a weird area. A flat out almost corner, maybe a little bit of a lift with how our setup is built. Weird spot to overtake, but if you can get the overtake done there, then that's a really weird
And
spot
what
to
happened to
overtake.
him? Because I sure as hell didn't do anything. I took my normal line.
Womack spins out behind us. We did absolutely nothing. We held our line.
Dropped it.
Kind of a weird mistake. Didn't think I did anything, at least. Didn't brake check him. I went deep into the corner, if anything. A 40-pound lobster now, our teammate, down in P11 behind us. Wonder what happened to him. We sit behind Brownish and Rogue Mender, who are fighting in
Fuck,
the final
you guys
sector.
are both so slow.
Saying that they are extremely slow, which they are. They are holding us up now, almost. As there's contact between Rogue Mender and Brownish Buns at the final corner. Not much room given by Brownish Buns, but they both make it through okay. No one spins. We sit behind in the DRS zone for now. Just kind of sit there, charge our battery a little bit, or deploy it, either or. Kind of trying to catch him by surprise because we let off again because there's not much more room for an overtake, and he moved close to the braking zone. 5/10 behind now. He has a 3-second time penalty. Gas Girl in front has a 6-second time penalty. Rogue Matter with another 3-second time penalty. No one in our vicinity is perfectly clean with time penalties, except as we get extremely close to track limits, pushing everything that we can.
If I can gain a second and a half.
Pushing through with a strategic dump, trying to get into the 6 seconds of Gas Girl. Will we be able to do it? We're 6.6 seconds behind them now. That will put us 7/10 behind with how things currently stand with their 6-second time penalty. We go in, brake really late. Perfect apex. 2.5/10. That's the downforce extra that they are carrying compared to us. Touch the grass and send the car sideways. Bit of a drift, get contact behind by Rogue Matter trying to catch the car. Brown's buns almost spins the car coming into the final corner. We jump, try to get past
Well, when
him.
you don't pay attention like that, that's kind of what it's gonna happen.
Don't pay attention, we go into the grass.
Yeah, I'm
Back out of that. He has DRS. There's no point in us using out all of this battery.
There's gotta be a warning again.
Might be a warning for
I would
Brown's
believe.
buns. I believe it was because of how close he was to the yellow line.
I would leave myself
As
to
the
believe
yellow
that
line
was another
is the
warning.
track limits. It's not the white or any kind of paved. It is the yellow line that you see all around the track. 4/10 behind, going into lap 13 down the back straight. With all of our extra straight line speed,
That's a
and
warning.
a little bit of battery, and another
At the very
warning.
least, that's another warning.
That is more than likely a warning. You go off there, you basically get a warning.
It's just
Unless you're
annoying
in
to
the
think.
gravel.
I probably could have been fighting for the win today.
Could have
That's
been fighting
McLaren.
for the win today if we didn't get spun
Caution,
around. At
caution.
least that's what I believe of this current pace that we have.
Green flag.
2/10 behind on the anchors, on DRS, no battery usage whatsoever. And we sit behind. Just sit there charging our
See your
DRS,
face,
kind of just waiting for a
See
mistake.
your face, Brownus.
Seeing if we could do anything at all with this momentum that we have. We are now 4 seconds behind Gas Girl, who's in the pits after Meow went off into the gravel at a turn 11,
I'm
turn
just gonna
12,
sit behind and charge.
in that area into
To be
the
honest.
long, far gravel trap after the fast left-right-hander. We are catching Brownus. That was a good first apex. They went a little wide, which gave them a little bit of speed, but we have a faster exit. We're catching
Meow in the
3.5/10
wall.
now. 2.5/10 under braking. We are right behind them under braking. Almost no room is given. We've dropped Rogue Mander almost.
I'm gonna think about a move
We
soon.
will drop him now. He's out of
Just gonna sit
DRS,
behind
so
and
it's
charge for
only
now.
Brownus and me sitting behind, charging, trying to get as much battery as we can for a last lap dump to get past. At the start of this race, we were P16, P17 in that area. Right now, we are fighting for 6th. This would be 10 positions gained as things currently stand. Going past Brownus while
good
charging,
work. Great pass.
which is a little surprising to me at the time. Going down, up, back into medium, 75% almost on the battery. 3.5/10. Give it a little lift to get through the corner. Little bit of a lockup in 3rd gear into 4th. Going through the final corner now. Do we dump? No, we don't even use our ERS button. We leave our 84% battery for the back straight. Now, perfect
Yellow
turn
flag.
1. That was so close to the limit.
Wow, that was close.
5/10 now. 86% on the battery going into this more aerodynamically demanding section of the track. 90% on the battery. 0.3 of a second is a gap. There's a lap
Okay,
car
here's
in
the
front
gap
of
that
us.
we're
Can we
trailing the
get
car ahead
DRS
by.
off of this lap car
5.2
of Jim
seconds.
Cab? No, he lets us pass before the DRS detection point. So now we must use all of our battery. 3.5/10. Just dumping everything that we have to try and stay ahead through this fast section where they have DRS behind. We go a little wide after
Okay,
getting
we've been
over
given a
the
time
bounce
penalty.
off the
We'll
curve.
go
Fuck,
against that
second
finishing
penalty,
time at the end of the race.
second
Get your
time
head down
penalty
and
for
let's get
Brown's
it
front
done.
behind. We technically still have the advantage. No road
I'm gonna
under
win
in
this on
sight,
track.
so we can not take this position away from us. I want to win this on track if I can. 3-second time penalty for the car behind as well.
Yes!
Go into 90, charge as much battery as we can.
Okay,
I could
clear.
have
As
been
much
there.
battery as we can. Into medium. Up into overtake now. And he is gone. He must have
Where did
spun
he
the
go?
car on the final corner.
Where did he
And
go?
that is P6 for
Where
us.
did Bro go?
Fastest lap of a 19.8. That
What?
is not bad.
What
Especially for
happened?
hard tires.
Spun
Ground
it.
sponge is just sitting there on the
throttle, I guess.
anchors, just spinning and doing donuts.
How did Gas Girl end up behind
Gas Girl,
me?
I never realized that Gas Girl had
Holy
hit
shit,
until I
I'm
watched this
P6
back.
from last.
18.3 on soft tires. That is not a bad lap time.
I'm P6 from last. Wow.
As we make it P6.
I gained 10
from
places
last
in
place
15 laps.
on
Not
the
even.
grid.
I think it's like 12.
That is 10 places gained. A huge chunk of points into our rivals ahead.
With a broken front wing, I might add.
Hoping to make it into the top 10 in this race. Maybe if we get enough points. A nice 40 haul in the last race did us pretty good with our sprint win.
With all that happened with the AI too, like
Even
that,
with
that's
the AI, it
no one
was
will
an
take that.
amazing race. Really well held. We had a lot of consistency. We were together throughout the entire race.
If they use softs at all, then they're cooked. If anyone uses them.
Into the main race now. Talking about how bad the soft tires are. I opted not to use them in the sprint. That's just how bad I felt that the soft tires were overall. A lot of people running mediums, which seems to be the consensus, as you want to start on the mediums in case of an early safety car and go on to the hards, which last by
Chain
far
blades?
the longest out of anyone. In this recording, now behind me,
I don't
I'm talking to
You could probably
a
find
friend
an
of mine
Assassin's Creed
in
game
an
on this video,
Xbox
right?
party who was supposed to be watching, but is talking about random things like chain blades instead. Not really preparing me for the race ahead. But who gives a crap about that?
Make shit.
There is one thing that I forgot to do, which I will realize within the next 10 seconds.
Someone readied up again. You're not supposed to do that.
10 seconds left. I remember I did
I
not
almost forgot
put
my setup again.
on. That would have been a disaster.
I gotta like
making
drill
the
that into
same
my brain.
mistake that I made last race. If I remember my setup last race, that would have helped me a lot more. Going into turn 1.
Oh, I don't have a brake. Where
Pressed
did my brake
on
pedal
my
go?
brake pedal, and I had nothing.
I didn't.
No
That's
brake pedal, no
what the
nothing. My
fuck? I didn't
teammate's
have
in
a
the
brake
wall
pedal.
as well.
Slow down and maintain
VSC.
a positive delta. Virtual
I
safety car
just
is
didn't have a
deployed.
brake pedal. I don't know where the fuck it went.
Which has been
Oh
You
my
need to give
god.
that place
I
back,
have
I'm
to
afraid that was an illegal
upgraded to a
overtake.
full
Okay,
safety car after I
deployed,
tried to
safety
overtake
car's
my
been
slow
deployed. Watch your
teammate
delta.
who was
Make
recovering
sure you
from
keep it
his
positive
spin
as
or
we catch
whatever
the
he
pack.
had, and then he sends it into the gravel, maybe to give me the place back. Who knows? Massive Nuggles, who I didn't know at the time, had a puncture on the rear right. You can see
Is
the
he
car
waiting?
leaning over him. I thought that he was waiting for one of us, maybe a 40-pound lobster. But in fact, he actually had a puncture on the rear right of his car, making it
I
almost
feel like it's way too
impossible
early
to
for
drive.
anything.
I had a feeling it was too early for any kind of pit stops. A lot of people behind, or a lot of people ahead, sorry, made a really weird decision to go onto the hards early, trying to get as much of an advantage possible. I was the last person and decided to stay out on my mediums, hoping for another safety car, because I felt like this restart would be one heck of a show. Maverick behind one of the tier 1 drivers, one of the faster people in this league, fighting for what is technically the championship as a reserve driver, because you
Safety
can only
car in
have one
this
as
lap.
your main
Safety
lead.
car in this lap. Let's make
Safety
sure
car
those
is
tyres
in
are up
this
to
lap.
temperature. And remember, there's no overtaking
Our
until the
tires,
timing
again,
line.
are
Stay in position
freezing
until
cold.
the green flags.
Not even trying to warm them up. Now we start 53 and 56 on the front and 61 and 62 on the rears. Our tires are freezing cold, almost no use to them whatsoever. We need some burnouts to get as much tire grip as we can. Will it do well for us? Not really, but it's worth the try to try and get as much heat into the tires as humanly possible.
You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake
safety
of the
car
car
coming
ahead.
in.
Try to get
There's
past as
3
soon as
people
possible.
ahead of us, opting for this race win. We are now going to push onto the anchor straight away, trying to get past Jim Cab into the first corner. We're gaining on him a
Green
lot.
flag.
So much. We turn the battery off and we have a little half look. Does defend the position really well. Right on the limits of track limits. Maverick starting to join the fight now. Braking at the black box again. No problems with braking this time, unlike some laps that have gone by. And Maverick pushes
Tire
us
conditions
off track.
still
He
looking
gets a
good.
wheel spin. The beast runs into the back of us and kind of just drives straight.
Shit, that's my bad, man. Oh my god.
I thought
Virtual
at the
safety
time
car.
that I
Virtual
was the
safety
reason
car.
why he was in
Reduce
the wall.
speed immediately
But the
and
truth
keep a
is,
positive
I got
looking
pushed
back at
off,
it,
got wheel
he
spin, and
drove
that was
straight
it.
into the wall afterwards. He may
Yeah.
have broken his front wings on
I'm
safety
going
car.
to-
Safety car. No
I'm
overtaking.
gonna be-
Reduce your pace.
I would fully
off,
understand if
got
I'm getting a
wheels
penalty
spin,
after
on.
that. That was...
Right, let's have you in at the
That
end of
was
this lap,
fucked.
please.
Hit at the end of this lap. So far, no wind damage, surprisingly.
I got pushed off track, got wheel spin, and then tried to correct it. And then I was kind of a passenger at that point. But I could see why. Well, if I'm getting pushed off the track and I get wheel spin, just trying to drive the car, not full throttle, then yeah, I'm a bit of a passenger.
Because again, they're going exceedingly slow into the pit lane, as I was explaining that. I was just kind of a passenger in that situation. Getting a perfect turn in, already on the clutch, on my wheel, and
Okay, let's
immediately
go
like
now.
a
Come on.
perfect release.
Perfect job from
These
you
tires
and the crew
are
there,
probably
mate. We're
warmer than
delighted
the ones
with
that I had on at this last safety car restart. Slowing down again because our pit stop was so much faster than everyone else.
Pit strategy
Paxton
complete.
having a 20-second
See these
time
tyres
penalty.
through to the end now.
Massive niggles on mediums with the fastest lap out of anyone. But the hard tires are where I feel the most comfortable, especially
Okay,
around this
let's
track.
get ready to go racing
As we
again.
get
The
ready to
safety
go
car is
racing
in this
with
lap.
the safety
When the
car
field
coming
accelerates,
in
remember
on
there's no
lap
overtaking
6.
until the
Gasco
timing
deciding
line.
to pit
Safety
as
car
well,
in this lap.
coming out in P12 from wherever they were. Jim Cab and Maverick ahead, just trying to get a little bit of heat into these tires. A bit warmer than last lap, but the pack is going really slow. Our teammate, 40-pound monster, who I let go into pits before I did, on that first safety car, has hit again under this most recent safety car to get another set of tires. These guys are going to try and push their mediums to the end from lap 6. I don't believe it's possible, but other people do. We'll see if they can make it work. Everyone going exceedingly slow into this final sector. Kind of catches me out a little bit, but we keep going. And again, we're away for another safety car restart, this time in P10. A lot better,
Okay,
a
you're
lot
in the
worse
top
of a
10.
position than last time, but everyone around us is on the same amount of tire life. Massive Niggles getting caught out with that safety car restart, about a second behind us, now within DRS again. We're just going to sit behind these two as they fight. And Maverick getting spun around, going for a weird little angle.
Keep managing your tyres.
The
Manage
pass in
your
front
tyres.
getting half spun as well.
Okay, clear.
Now it's a 4-way fight, a 5-way fight almost. Massive Niggles behind, joining the fray. Maverick goes wide after trying to go for an outside move by Jim Cab, as we are 50% on the battery, just using it a little bit to catch and close. Trying to get past Jim Cab as fast as we can so we're not stuck behind losing time. Do we go for the
Nice
move
move.
around
Good
the
job.
outside? What an amazing move. A perfect place to send it.
Yeah, and his AI is back at it again.
Getting attacked by the same AI that screwed me over in the race, and we get spun. I didn't expect the AI to be that slow through that
This is
corner.
fucking AI again.
Front tires not exactly warm on our car either. Getting hit by Gas Girl behind.
Oh, Gas Girl's fucking punching me.
Getting sent a little bit deep into the corner, making it a little bit harder to pass the JD's AI.
DRS has
Gas
been
Girl
enabled.
kind
DRS
of
is now
backing off a
enabled.
little bit now. We're on 40% battery, so not much battery was used in that whole sequence. But here's where we're going to deploy. Trying to get past his AI as fast as we can. Or not, we're just going to send it. Daniel Ricciardo dive bomb-esque. Just straight down the inside. Not giving Gas Girl a way through. They're going to be stuck behind that AI for another 2 laps. At least. Giving me about a second advantage over everyone else behind. We are now P7 on the road behind Rope Mender, who's on mediums. Phonokia in the Haas ahead as well, doing a pretty good job after getting absolutely terrorized by that AI car. We go flying past Rope Mender in the straight. Not even a challenge with the DRS. He tries to fight it a little bit. He uses a little bit of battery just to get ahead. And immediately into this corner. Perfect apex there. Amazing. Just barely getting our tires together. It was a perfect section altogether. Green sector 1. Green sector 2. What will happen on this lap? Pushing as fast as we can. We have about 40% DRS left. We are still within the DRS of the Haas ahead. Closing in even more. He has a little bit of a snap. We just get on the DRS immediately on the battery as well. What will be the lap time? 18.888, the fastest lap time of anybody. A hearts out of all the tires. We feel extremely comfortable. Amazing pace right now. Taking the Brendan Lee line. Trying to get past that bump. I did take it a little bit wide though. Breaking at the black box again. A little bit past the 100-meter board. Getting a bit of a snap on the rear end. Tires not exactly wanting to cooperate with us right now. Did get past the Haas. Gas Girl has retired from the session in the first corner. Roach is ahead, 1.1 seconds. Not much we can do about it at the moment. We kind of want to save our battery, being at only 21%. Not as much of a corner cut this time. Still a really good launch through that corner overall. 1.3 seconds back. Do we gain anything in the braking? No, because we lock up, lose the car on exit because we're in 3rd gear. Still able to keep the car together though. 1.4 seconds back, so that slip only cost us about a 10th. We catch that back up again. We're 1.35 seconds behind. 1.3. Can we break to the 1.2s? No, we cannot. We stay behind.
The gap on the
with
car behind
that power of the
5/10
DRS
lap.
that Roach has ahead. It's going to be hard for us to catch him with no one to work with. I'm starting to think now, do I start DRS swapping with the car behind to try and catch up to this front group? Short shifting the 4th now, not trusting any power. We lose the rear.
What the fuck is going on with my tire wear right now?
No rear tires.
These tires just don't have any grip on their rears, apparently.
Our teammate of 40-pound Lobster has retired in the pit lane, so
Go
no
by.
points
I'm
for
not
him.
gonna fight
We
him.
have the only Red Bull left. We give a little bit of a wiggle to tell the person behind, let's DRS swap, let's work together, try and catch
I
this
think now we
group
just
ahead.
DRS swap.
Okay, we've lost
We
a
sit with
position.
them,
That's us
going
down a
into
place.
nothing for DRS mode. That is Brown is bunched in the wall.
Yes, Brown is
DNFing.
buns out
Green
in the
flag.
wall. That's a lot of delay.
Completely taking off the front left tire. That's Roche in the gravel.
And
What will
John is
happen
off.
here is a whole mess. The Ferrari ahead is slowing down. Massive crash ever. We spin the car. Somehow keep it out of the wall. Amazing car control. But we are now back down to 7th place again.
Holy
The Haas ahead,
shit.
meaning now Slayer, who's a Div 1 driver ahead of us. He will
That'll
probably
freak me
pull
the fuck
away.
out.
Paxton is behind 8/10 only away from
There
us
goes any
now.
chance I had for a race win too.
Another race win. Completely destroyed by the actions of another vehicle. We have no control over it. Maybe if we had kept the car together, we would have had a better chance. But this race is just not turning out very well for us right now. 2 mistakes in the opening lap. Go jump ahead to lap 13. Paxton staying behind with us now, but we've caught the gap to the group ahead. The Outslayer is nowhere to be seen. We got our
that's my
second
second warning.
for track limits. Master Nibbies and Roach fighting ahead. Who will come out in front? Master Nibbies goes for the gap. What will we do? We sit behind for now. We don't have much of a gap, but we gain massively. Perfect corner cut. Do we go for the move? Yeah, we're going around the outside.
Work with me here, John.
I asked him to work with me. He can't hear me. I had a feeling he would. He kind of backs out of it, giving us the room to go around the outside. It's a great move overall. One of the better moves I've pulled off in league racing in general, let alone just this race.
Alright, we work.
We're now 6 tenths with Roach. 5 tenths behind us. Kind of just overall using a DRS train. Maybe we can catch up the Meow Slayer. DRS training kind of just gets rid of the whole skill gap aspect of racing on the F1 games. DRS is so powerful, especially with everyone running such high wings. Me and Roach using the same setup, the one that I designed. We have a lot higher straight line speed than everyone else. He's struggling through the corners, but I'm not. I keep it together overall. Staying behind Master Nuggies. Can we catch him down this straight? We have so much extra straight line speed. We have about 45%, 40% on the battery. We just fly past. He lets us go. Smart move. Kind of use us to tow him along. There's a Ferrari ahead of woman
That's the gravel.
into the gravel.
Okay,
You can see
clear.
the lines
Holy
everywhere all over the
shit.
track. Lap 14. Will this fight take us all the way to the end? Only 8 tenths behind Meow Slayer now. He's kind of being caught up behind the Ferrari ahead. He's decided to stay behind to get DRS.
Well, nice thing is
Doesn't go
for
for the
second
move.
phase.
We are through the second phase. We don't feel that weird bit of
Or that
tire
little
wear in the rear anymore.
small
They feel
blip
good.
that was a second phase. Kind of.
Onto the entrance again. 5 tenths
Half
ahead,
driving around
5
it,
tenths
half
behind.
through
Those
it.
are the gaps we have to catch. Roach, Meow Slayer, myself, Master Nuggies, and Roach, all in this little fight. 2nd to 6th. A mistake could cost us everything, but going for the fight could win us everything as well. Meow Slayer getting a warning there, going a little bit deep, touching the grass a little bit on the outside on the turn-in. We have so much extra straight line speed. Will we go past him here? 15%, 14% of the battery, 13, not using any of it. Go into none, trying to save. Just sitting behind on none, switching it back to medium again, just for a little bit extra straight line speed so we can stick with. We are gaining massively. Kind of back out of it. Let's just charge up a little bit more. Let's just fight ahead. Amazing exit. Just getting right up to where we need to be. Could have used a little bit more outside curve there, but it doesn't really matter. Maverick came in, did 2 laps on the softs after being spun around, I guess. Got fastest lap and then immediately retired, so I didn't get my fastest lap point at the end. I would have had it otherwise, but he decided to go
DRS
for it.
swapping, guys.
I asked for a DRS swapping because I feel
DRS
like
swap,
if
not
we
fight. Come
DRS
on.
swap now, we can catch
Think
the
about this
leader and
reasonably.
get for a fight to first. But instead of that, they decided to continue fighting. We lose a little bit on the rear, taking too much of the entry curve, taking too much curve there, getting a little micro snap, catching it beautifully.
Stop mounting those curbs.
Just staying behind 50% of the battery now, not much worry going on, a lot of margin for the curve. Don't want to get that third one and get a third time penalty. 30% of the battery now, using about 10% to kind of catch up in the straight with that weird little exit snap that he had. Meow Slayer going for the move. He's getting pushed into the wall though. Gives him a little bit of a retaliation push. We capitalize on that, going up into 3rd place. Keep getting almost out of reach now because no one wants to DRS swap. Perfect exit. Could have been a time warning there, but we were right on that yellow line that is the track limits. Staying within 5 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths the gap behind. They're fighting behind, costing themselves DRS maybe. As we stay behind Meow Slayer, this is the point in time where I think, let's just stick behind, let's charge our battery. We can use this for a final lap assault. Single medium, about 40%. There's enough room for us to kind of just sit behind it. Aggressive turn in from Meowslayer. That is how you kind of want to turn into some of these corners. I wouldn't say there, though.
Green
You want to
flag.
keep it as smooth as possible, keep the car as stable as possible.
Okay, there's been an incident on track
Roach
resulting
for
in loose
tires
debris.
behind.
Fortunately,
No
the
clue what
marshals have
happened to
managed to
him.
clear it up in time,
I
and there are
think
so
he
far
spun
no
it.
plans
Maybe
for a
he got
safety
put
car.
into the wall by someone. Who knows? 5-10 gap behind to Womex, who has 6 seconds of time penalties now. We go around the outside of Meowslayer. He doesn't really fight it. We just give it everything. And nothing at the same time. A lot of straight line speed, but no battery usage. We leave it in medium. We're gaining so much in these straights. There's no point in worrying about it. 6/10 gap now. 7/10. We are just flying. Our pace is amazing. The setup feels great underneath my car right now. The tires still working after almost 15 laps of just straight pushing. No rest for them whatsoever. Not even a safety car. With all these yellow flags coming out, I'm very surprised that there wasn't at least a VSC. 2/10 to Meowslayer. We do not take the Brennan Lee line. We stay on the other side,
tyre
trying to get as
concerns at the
best of
moment,
an
just
exit as we
focus on the
can.
driving.
Lap 18, 55% on the battery, stinking medium now. Bit of a lift, run it out a little bit wide on the exit, but that's fine. Into 6th, into 7th here now, 3/10 behind. Take the corner beautifully, get really close on track limits. That could have been really bad if I got a little snap on the exit. 2.5 tenths. Do we let Meowslayer by? Yes, we do. Dropping it into none on the ERS battery mode. 1.5 second gap behind, lap 18. We just decide to sit behind, let ourselves charge our battery.
Try to stay with them. They
We're
might
still
make a
gaining
mistake,
on
we
him
can
with
still
DRS
regain the
open for
position.
the car ahead. We have no DRS. We elect to sit behind, just sit, get the DRS, charge our battery. We have loads of fuel. Our tires feel good. Now it's just a waiting game for the final lap. 2 laps left to go. This could be anyone's game. This could be anyone's second place
Battery
between the
charge
two
is
of us.
high. Let's use
Even
that
Womex
overtake
and
button a
Massive
bit more.
Noogies have a chance if we just make one mistake and let them back into the fight again. 1.3 seconds behind, 3/10 ahead. Not much of a gap between them getting DRS and us being on Meowslayer's rear end. We back out 90% of the battery now. 91%. Do we use any of it? No, we're 96% on the battery. 1.1 seconds. I give it a little bit of beans just to get Womex back out of DRS again so we don't have anyone in this fight. Out of DRS when we get to the reflection point. 1.5 seconds behind this massive Noogies. They're going to be fighting for the end of the race for P4. For us, however, our sights are set on P2. Going flying by, using quite a bit of battery, but at the same time having about 60%, which is quite a lot of battery left. That can be used in almost the entirety of the straight. We will have nothing left though. Perfect apex. Perfect exit. 4.5 tenths behind. He is still right behind us. A tier 1 driver, you'd expect him to be fast. Keep getting absolutely running away with us. He will win this race no matter what. Unless he DNFs on the final lap, which I highly doubt.
Okay, this is your final lap. Final lap of the race.
He's been 60, 89, 90%. And none. Trying to play DRS chicken. Getting the DRS down the back straight. I want him to pass me. He will not do it. We sit in none. We're at 100% battery. We have been for a little while. He just would not overtake me. Through this tight section now, getting an amazing run through that little compound section. Going into the fast right-hander. We go a little wide. Bit of a weird exit. We can put everything down this straight. With our straight line speed and the battery, there's nothing he can do. Even if he has DRS and his own battery on. We sit off the battery now, saving about 35%. He tries to go for a move around the outside. We hold our line. We move about a car's width and a quarter. We stay together.
I held my line.
We held our line. We use all of the rest of our battery now. He is right behind us. We hold it. Perfect defending for myself. Don't move. Don't give them an option either side. Kind of hold the middle. He doesn't know where to go.
Holy shit, that's great defending for me.
9/10 behind.
That's perfect defending, actually.
Perfect defending. We've lost about 2 seconds of the gang on this lap, but who cares about that? It's all about now the P2.
We can fight.
This is P2 in our second race.
Let's fucking go, baby! Come on!
Last to second.
Yes!
So even better than the main race. Extra 5 laps gains us an extra 4 places.
Oh, yes! Come on! Yes!
I'm
that was
absolutely
so fucking
ecstatic. I've never been happier with a result in my life. This has probably been my greatest drive in all of league racing. I take a moment to collect myself. A second ahead of Meow at the end. We just had the best run possible. Not much that any of the others could have done. We just had the pace to win. Looking back at all the fastest lap stats, we had 8 out of the 10 fastest laps almost. Maybe missing out on 1 or 2 extra in there. But we controlled this race almost. If we hadn't had spun on the first lap, it would have been our race win. I believe that.
Oh, I've never been so happy about a second place in my life.
As all the celebrations kick off now, we have worked for this. Second place in Australia.
I just finished.
A friend of mine asking if that was the end of the race, and it was. Taking a good haul of points from the weekend. We skipped the champagne because who needs to see that when you can see the final results?
Yeah.
So that's P2 with an 18.8, the fastest out of anybody. The only one that was closest is Meow with 2/10 of a gap behind on those hards. The only one to beat us was
Holy
Maverick
shit,
on
man.
the softs.
I was the fastest person on hards. I was the fastest person on hards out of anybody else, and then some fucking asshole decided to pit for softs, do 2 laps, and then retire. So I didn't get my fastest lap.
I wasn't exactly happy about them coming in and stealing my fastest lap, but I don't
But
really care
holy
about it
shit,
now.
man.
Because that is a race win for us. Who cares about the point when we get a nice 26 haul of points? Overall, the standings as they stand, we jump from P17 to P12, 75 points in 2 races. We're not in a bad position, and in the constructors, we are dead last. I don't know what our team has been doing up to this point, but we just need to get as much points as we can, get as high as we can in those standings. But with that, that brings an end to this video. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're excited for the next race, because that one's even more hectic than this one. Have a good one.